Well, hello and welcome back to Cherry Street Sports here in Ballina. It's the 2025 TAB Bowls New South Wales State Championships. It's men's singles round 3, and what a contest we have for you here. Cracking game for the final round, the final session. 4 sessions here today at Cherry Street. And we're going to see Schraner up against Ben Twist. How's this for a finish? We've had commentators queuing up to want to join me for this one, but it's the end of the day. We're showing off the best, so alongside me is the best available, and it's Jason Pinnock. Jason, good afternoon to you, sir.
Oh, thanks for the introduction, Nick Hind. Probably one of the best ones I've had so far. Yeah, look, this is lining up to be a stellar match. We know these two players have won everything, done everything in the game, both represented their countries.
And we know what the equation is too. So after a 25-24 defeat to Taylor Appleby in the first round, Schraner needs to win this game to go through. But not only does he need to win this game, he needs to have a margin of 8 or greater. So if Ben Twist can get to 18 shots, that's it. The section is determined. These are the only 2 players who can get out, as Taylor Appleby's margin is not going to be able to be caught unless he wins 25 zip and Ben Twist somehow loses by 20 shots. But I don't see that happening. So as the players shake hands with the marker, we're going to get underway here at Cherry Street. This is round 3 of the men's singles. Looking forward to this one. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock are here with you, and Ben Twist will have the honour of getting us underway here as we see long shadows here. 10 past 5. We've got away actually not too badly beyond what we thought the broadcast schedule might look like after a time there. It was looking as though it may have been a later start, but Lee Stinson's done the right thing. Any game that can get underway has been sent out. But there's still some second round men's games going. Brett Dupre and Cody Packer are still going. It's 18 shots to Brett Dupre, 20 shots to Cody Packer. They could still be out there for another 40 minutes, Jace.
Yeah, they're having a ding-dong battle out there. And I tell you what, it looks like Brett Dupre's round back the clock, and he's playing some really high-quality bowls there.
Well, for a fellow who reckoned he hadn't played singles in 18 years, he's going okay.
Yeah, so that's a big match between them two for round 2, because they're both round 1 winners. But I think we've got another shootout in another section as well, Nick Hind. If we had a bit of a look through the sections.
Yes, so I can tell you that in section 2, Corey Wedlock will lock it up with a win. And his margin's looking very, very good there. So even a remarkable loss, I'd be surprised. Section 3, that's this game between Cody Packer and Brett Dupre, will go a long way to determining that section. But in section 4, the last round, it's going to be Darren Morrison up against one half of yesterday's pairs champions, David Axon, for the title in that section. So lots to play for. As we're underway here, and Ben Twist, well, he's into it very quickly. He'll get into his work. Greg, our marker, gets in there, gets the dust on, gets out. Schraner with that silky delivery. Switches over, looks to reach up on the backhand here. Ben Twist holding 1.
Twisty out on that good high draw line. We're still seeing plenty of turn. We have seen green speed drop a little bit. But still some good turn, especially down the forehand, on the left-hand side of your screen.
This is the slightly tighter hand, but Schraner, he adds a couple of metres favour. That'll be second shot now as he goes to have a look at the head. Ben Twist returns. And Pete Williams saying he's looking forward to this one. Leroy needs to win 8+. Tough ask against Twisty. Well, you're exactly right. It's a tough ask any stage, but these players, they're aware of the equation. And Leroy has indicated that he'll shake hands if Twisty gets to 18, knowing that he can't proceed. So for Ben Twist here, early doors, little trail down the line, wouldn't it be good, Jace?
Oh, what a great way to open, but while the players are aware of that magic number, it's pretty important for Twisty to still take the attitude into the game that he must win this match, not just get to 18 as the winning number. Understand the match is still first to 25.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
And the players of this calibre, you know, their mindsets are pretty good in these situations. They're well trained, well focused.
When you talk about focus there, Jason Pinnock, there are a few in the game who are perhaps as intense as Lee Schraner.
He's just got to get a bit, it's just not quite getting back there, and you can see Lee's a little bit frustrated with that one, but that has been a common occurrence on this green with that slight breeze.
Yeah, we know that it does. As the breeze comes out of the east, which is the left-hand side of your picture as it is now. And as we see our marker telling us that it was it one or two? Only one. So Ben Twist first to get us underway. Ben Twist first to get on the board.
And
he's off to a good start here, Greg. Park that on the wrong line. Perhaps a little bit of nerves getting to our marker as well. Easy enough to do. Now Ben Twist in the afternoon sun.
he's pretty well down here, Nick. This is a pretty good opener.
That is the wider hand coming back towards the clubhouse. He's sat just under jack high. Now for Lee Schraner. Using these, it's a beautiful orange colour, these bowls. Great to see these players using some really vivid sets. Makes it very easy for us as commentators.
It's going to make the calls a lot easier for us.
Don't know how they ever did it back in the days of black bowls against black bowls.
Well, that's where the stickers come to the fore, obviously, in the day, Nick.
So, twist here.
Just wants to run up past Lee, and he has now, so it's 2 to Twisty.
You can feel a little bit of anxiety here. This is, as we've said, it's the blue ribbon event. It's so prestigious to be the state singles champion. Not many have held this trophy aloft.
Well, that's quite an aggressive line here by Leroy. Got the weight to get right into it. I think he has.
I quite like it here, Jace.
He's played this very, very well. Great shot, Lee Schraner.
Just slides off those two, and let's be an insight into the mindset of Ben Twist earlier. I think he might want to be aggressive at this.
He throws his head up in the air.
Yeah, it was a tight line. I don't think he gave it the weight for the track. And for Schraner now, a chance to pounce on a rare Ben Twist error.
We see Lee taking more of a draw line this time.
Well,
Just a little bit high, but finishes in a good home. He's looking.
I think tucking around the back onto the somewhere near the tee there. As I mentioned in a previous game, I mean, it just takes away the freedom for Ben Twist to play that weighted shot totally risk-free.
Hang on, no, Nick. We have seen Ben Twist nail these on last ends before, though.
Last ends, last bowls.
Nothing's impossible here.
He's a brilliant player. And I favour this will be with weight now. So, Ben Twist here. Well, he's playing this a lot more firm.
He has. Is he going to swing hard enough? He's trying hard. Whoa.
Well, you could see a little trail on the jack there was going to make a number. And now for Lee Schraner. You feel as though these bowls at the back of the ring are no longer going to be involved, Jace. What can he do with the blue bowls near?
Yeah, see Lee looking down that forehand portal there. Does he see opportunity, or better opportunity down there? It's probably less danger too, Nick.
I think, yeah, he can get through his own at the front, a little bit wide, can get a result off the wing bowl, can sit one of those out clean.
Not much of a chance of pushing either of them in for shot. Lee's bowl's really locked in there. Draw weight, there's no damage down there. Happens to turn his narrow one up.
Well, it's a little bit more than draw weight here, Jace, but only...
Well, he's
playing
looking for
yard
both
here.
of them and staying for three.
Turn through that. Well, he's got one up and over. That could be enough for two. I think Ben's going to submit.
Yep. He has, so it's definitely two to Lee Schraner.
2 shots, Lee Schraner. And we're going to go all the way to the back here. Could hear Lee now. Affects Mike's, you might have heard. He's going to go ditch to ditch, he reckons.
Well, we know it's his favourite length. Plays it a lot. In
Also
all formats.
So many of them do. Really, it's a test of the refinement of your stroke, of your delivery. Every little imperfection is, really magnified over maximum length, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely.
Now, Philip watching again from Silverdale. He gave us the hot tip that Katie Astley got her driver's licence yesterday.
Oh, congratulations, Katie.
Watch out there. So, Ben Twist looking to reach up and respond. Well, see both players just dropping that yard short. When both of them do it, Jace, it makes me feel like this green has dropped off a bit. They've both they've picked the line and the weight that they thought they needed, and they've both had the same result. So expect them to tidy it up. As Schraner's done exactly that. He's got number one. Now Ben Twist watching this one intently.
Yeah, so he's just wanting that adjustment of weight also, but...
Well, he's improved, but not enough off favour. Leroy now.
So a big chance here for Lee. I mean, if he gets right into this jack here... Well, he got back pretty well. He would have loved to have got in underneath that. Still open there for Twisty to get to.
I
think it's 2, and it is.
Yeah, so Greg very confidently. How far from has the last one passed? So our markers and volunteers here providing sterling service. That's been Twist
big.
Attack.
Well, he misses that, gets Jack. He's well, looks.
Well, did he kill it or did it ricochet?
It looked like a ricochet off
ring?
of something. I think it might have ricocheted off the marker, did it on the other rink. So it will be declared dead.
Yep. No, you're exactly right there. So as we watch that one again, it came down with plenty of weight, went firing off to the other side, and Lee Schraner picked up his bowls and said, all right, Ben, let's try it from up this end. So, early excitement. Well, Glenn Dixon's not being very nice. Guess what he called us, Jace?
Here we go. I've stayed off of the YouTube comments because I could just imagine this time on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I expect somebody might have had a bit of jibber juice.
There'll be lots of comedians about this time of the afternoon and into the night.
Well, there's some intelligent comments too. Ryan Newick saying, what a great venue, and you're exactly right. We've had an absolute privilege to be here. This is round 3 of the men's singles, first to 25. That's all it is.
See Leroy about mat length short there on his first one. Really feel it already, as is so often and mentioned in the previous streams, that these first couple of bowls are really going to dictate
And Ben
the
Twist
scoring of each end. So
he's got that finishing nicely there. Schraner, well, he's on the attack early too.
Showing their intentions.
Jason
They are. They're not
Pinnock,
mucking
well.
around. Great bowl, Leroy. Well, he just fell in.
We've seen this from him before, though. If anybody remembers the World Champion of Champions singles final, it got down to what ended up being the final end, and on his first or second bowl, Leroy just came straight through and sunk it in Jack in the pit. As soon as he got given a target, that was disappearing. He had a plan, and might have a plan here. He knows he's got to keep Ben Twist off the board. So we might see perhaps more aggression than normal.
Twisty's replied pretty well. He's got the shot back. And we won't see Leroy running at that one.
Back on draw.
Well, how's his run here, Nick? A little underdone.
Quite. Well, Cody Packer is still going against Brett Dupre. It's 24 Cody Packer, 18 Brett Dupre. That's a men's second round game. You feel as though they're going to be in for a long night, those boys.
So good opportunity here for Twisty. Get right up, get right on top of that jack. A little trial would be lovely as well. Really hide it away from Leroy.
Wow.
That's a good bowl. He's got 2.
And now with Lee, he's got the last bowl here. Only.
He wants to get this one close because opportunity early now for Ben to get a good multiple.
Well, he's having some more aggression here. His bowl just lay down on the way through. That might have been handy.
It may have just changed a few angles there, so...
Just have a look at this, viewers. So as Lee Schraner comes to the mat, you can see that front bowl is still standing up, and then as he lets it go, it falls down for him, and all of a sudden he's able to find that edge. I don't think he would have found that edge.
If that bowl doesn't fall, he probably misses the head completely. So...
But as it is, it's 2 shots. Sorry, 1 shot to Ben Twist, but once again, with the best part of 2 metres to draw your favourite, it'll be 2 in a moment. Ben Twist making sure of this. Gets it away.
Well, this is just all down to speed now, Nick. That's all it is, and it looks really good. So we might think that was a free kick, but they're not always as easy as they look sometimes. But Twisty makes it look easy when you get them that close.
Well, that's where it's finished up. So Ben Twist claiming a 2. Glenn Windle asking what sort of bowls is Twisty using. Well, I was hopeful to get that in the shot here, but Jace, you can probably see over your... You might even be able to ask Brianna Smith.
Yeah, Brianna's next to me. What bowls is Twisty using? They Optimus? Yes, there we go. He's using Optimus.
So both players using Aero Optimus here this evening. As we see Ben on a very good track here to start.
It's a great opening bowl, that is. And
so if we're just sounding a little bit more reserved in tone than usual, and we know this is the late show, but the players when the mat's right back are almost within spitting distance, aren't they, Jace? So
they're about 5 metres from us, if that.
So we're going to be a little bit more reserved when the players are at this end. See Lee Schraner. He's done the right thing by him. He's drawn number 1. And if I look over my right shoulder, Cody Packer still stuck on 24. They're still going.
Okay, Twisty wanting to get right down the jack here.
Now.
What a great bowl and a touch.
Well, if Lee can run on here,
that's all it
bit
needs.
of squeeze on it.
Oh.
Ben Twist just asking if there's a gap between Jack and Shot Bowl, and there basically is none.
I should turn this screen around. Players have the option of coming and looking at the screen. We've seen that already during these championships. We're at the mat end.
Yeah,
Quickly jumped off and had a bit of a look.
There's been some players who might get a bit concerned. I've been following butterflies and dazing spectators. Karen Murphy, of course. Some of the famous faces in the crowd here as we see Ben Twist.
And a good line.
Well,
just asking for it to run.
Lee can just pop this back to his own here. So we're asking how the orange bowl sits in relation to the blue. And it's weight again from Lee Schraner.
Well, edge of that. Well,
he's cleaned both of his out.
That's a bit unfortunate, getting all three of his bowls.
Didn't see that coming, but what we do see now is that Schraner's got a stack of bowls on the bank.
Opportunity here for Ben. What does Ben do?
So we'll just watch that again.
Still set up for a kill of sorts at this stage.
So that was Lee. Popped them both out. Very unlucky. Back live now.
It's one of them ones where if you don't change it up, Lee will go for the kill, but if you do change it up, you open it up for Lee to draw it then, so...
Yeah, something sort of around the back to catch potentially, or no, he's looking to get to the front line here.
He was looking for that little block up the front, so he thinks that Lee's going to go again. It is set up for a kill.
Well, he's made a fool of us once again.
Well, he has. He's gone back to the draw and obviously 4 down. Just wants this to come back now. It's pretty well weighted. Oh, he's just over, so...
Slides past. Could be 3 still.
Yes, I think it's definitely 3, Nick.
So the players have made a determination. Our markers trotting down. And the scoreboard has been flipped over, and it is 6-2 now. Ben Twist leading Lee Schraner. Well, you feel as though if Lee was going to make up this margin, the scores kind of had to be flipped at the start. I mean, he's a good enough player to still do this.
Is that a tequila or is that a tequila?
Well, it's getting closer to knock-off time, Jay, so I could be tempted.
Marker did not have to move that at all.
Well, players are probably pretty happy with that then, aren't they? Give our volunteers a bit of a break. There's Ben Twisty reaching down to the jack. Yeah. Just a little bit light on weight. Schraner, who's been very aggressive so far. Also just a little bit short. And that's about the margin there. So Greg, our marker, is demonstrating to Ben. That's what you need to do. That's how much more you need to have.
Ben's very close here, Nick. He's played this well, adjusted nicely, right up onto the jack. Great bowl there, Benny Twist.
Oh, and he's had a fall. Tripped over his own feet. No, tripped over our hoarding there. Let's see.
He's all right.
You can see as he's walking just the top right of screen there.
Yeah, he's just walking backwards as we can see. And
there it is on the replay. Poor Benny.
I think Brianna wants that carton caps. She might
That
bring that out at a party one night.
That has been. How embarrassing to do that on the live stream, Brianna's saying. Well.
Wow. That'll entertain a few mates for a few months, I think, Brianna, won't it?
So back with the action there. We saw Lee playing quite firm up to that. And the question was, how close is your last? There's no room at all, basically, Ben. So Favey will be looking to cover that back bowl of Lee Schraner now.
And there's the comedian. I love it.
Benny Twist staying well away from the signage there. Now, Lee Schraner, well, he's going to be getting very serious about this.
Well, at 6-2, Benny holding 2, maybe 3 here. Expect Lee to get one within there. If not get the shot, he's pointed it all right. It's just his
far
run.
enough for second, not quite. And now for Ben Twist. What do you do here? Holding, we favour it 2 shots. I don't think the back bowl's in the argument.
No, but it is a good sider for Benny to go. If I beat it, I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
So. And that's the hand he's playing. A lot kinder. Obviously, he doesn't want to play the forehand and risk turning his bowl over.
Yeah, I think beating his last bowl would be a really good outcome here. He's a high line, though.
Gets back to the inside of the blue, Jack high, and he's close. Maybe not.
Might be hanging a bit too far. And Lee's asking for a count here.
There we go. The marker's saying you're at least 2 down.
Yeah. So
Maybe 3, possible 4 measure.
Well, as you identify, Jason Pinnock, so if I go to the other shot, the 2 on the left of the jack there, they're the maybes. The one on the jack obviously is number 1. The one between the 2 orange bowls is number 2. And Lee Schraner now has got to really weigh up.
Oh, this has turned into a big end, Nick.
At a potential 4 down.
We know the magic number for Ben Twist is 18. Everyone knows that. Gets to 10 this early.
Okay, could be an early night.
Well, nearly could be. No, well, never give up on Lee Schraner, don't get me wrong, but
No.
it's a big bowl in the context of the whole match, I think, Nick.
So Lee Schraner looking to draw it.
Yeah, so,
Cut down.
well, he wants to land on something. He doesn't want to miss it all.
Dear. Oh dear.
Well,
Well, while they're making an assessment here, I think Ben said it's only 2. Or as he said, it's definitely 2. And then Lee Schraner's going to measure his own here.
Yeah, they don't know which one's the closest of Lee's, so they're going to measure Lee's first, work out his closest. No, they're confident that is. That one's not in, and that one's not in either. So it was only 2, but I'll tell you what, it wasn't. It was only not even an inch off. Well worth. Good call by the marker too.
Well, if you Lee Schraner, you probably breathe a little sigh of relief there, because he didn't really have anything within cooee of that jack. The way that bend twist set it up made it look really, really hard. So he's just come back to make sure that I recorded that, and it's been replayed.
And it's been sent to Brianna. She's got it on.
So Ben Twist, he's a good sport. He's come to make sure that everyone's enjoyed that as much as he has. So once again we see the mat all the way back here, Jace. This has been Benny's go. I feel the only thing that's done though from Ben Twist, aside from cause a bit of mirth and hilarity, is it's going to be on the incident register on Monday at our staff meeting.
Nick Hine.
It's 24 all.
I was just looking way over. I thought that men's round 2 match is still going. So 24 all. So it's round 2 match.
Brett Dupre's come back from 24-18 down to it's now a one-end shootout. So they could have saved themselves hours and just played one end. Well, here's Schraner jumping right on it. Small miss from Ben Twist, and Leroy's got in there. Twist now down and away. This is a tighter hand, but I feel like even that.
He's just shy on weight, that's all there.
Yeah.
So opportunity here for Leroy to get right on this jack here and make this end difficult for Ben. He's got good weight, Lee. Just sliding in under, but that's 2 shots now.
Yeah, did the right thing, got past. Well, this looks to be under the line again. Well, Jace.
Just down to weight. Well, a little bit better, but still short, so...
3 short bowls. Leroy can jump on this and grab a good number. He puts his nose on this jack. If you can just tuck it in a little bit, it's going to make it very hard for Ben Twist to get at. Sneaks past his own. This is really good here from Lee Schraner. Back toucher. Well done. Let's have a look at that again. He sneaks past. Still some great finish on that hand. And, well, if you're Ben Twist now, how much a risk do you take? Oh, very mean. But Ann Johnson's just come out to have a look at Ben's misfortune, but he's going to go firm here off over Chase. Back to this serious bowls.
Looks like he's lined up firm.
to run down to the jack here. He can get a good result.
Wow.
Well, he's got it. Probably
It's
bumped
jammed
that
in
one
there.
out. That's remarkable.
Got one out. A little bit unfortunate there for Jack not to go all the way through and him go through with it, but sometimes our game is a game of millimetres, Nick.
And now Schraner. He's flipped the hat round. Looking maybe to flip his fortunes around here. That was a little bit fortunate. And all he's got to do is pull up. Well, he actually wanted to grab that jack in the end, didn't he? That's why he was playing with that sort of weight, trying to make the 4.
Yeah, he gets a drag of the jack to get the 4, but I think he's got 3.
Well, it may still be 4. Ben's having a good look there. He may have surrendered the whole lot.
He could have surrendered it, actually, by the look of that.
So, now Marker Greg comes down the rink. It was a full count, so... Well, there you go. Corey Wedlock is off the green after finishing round 3 before Brett Dupre.
Let's finish round 2.
Let's finish round 2. And it's all over there. Brett Dupre, he had a chance to win it. But they're going to shake hands. Cody Packer, our champion. As we see, Lee Schraner, he's just going to lob that into the ditch. And then, well, that was lobbed back from Marker Greg.
Yeah, you see Leroy was really frustrated with himself there too. Really wanting to nail that T to T, but it's not far off of that length anyway now. And very good start here by Leroy. This is what he needs to keep doing. Get those early bowls in there and ask them questions of Ben.
Yeah, we saw Ben on the last end, was probably punished for being a little bit short, a little bit under grass. We see there, we found his range okay, but grass was an issue. And Lee Schraner now.
Well, just wants to get down now, and he is.
Done very nicely.
Yeah, that's a great bowl in there. He just wants to make that adjustment, just get that slightly wider grass line. See Cody and Brett both running to their next rink.
It's been a big day. Well, Brett Dupre's first game was about the last one finished as well, so the Maryland fans are chasing.
Well, it's not a bad effort by Benny. He's definitely got second wool with that in a usable area.
And, well, Katie Astley's coming past, and she's not in a swimming pool. Oh, disappointing. She's got a big bucket of tea there, though, so I'm most envious. So Twisty on favour, might go firm at this shot bowl. He's going not quite flat out, but very quick. He's missed. That's done as it's given. Schraner, he's asking for third shot. And it's probably a good look between the blue and the orange. Asking if he favours it. Marcus says, I favour the orange. So what that means for Lee is that he's got currently first and third.
Well, Lee did ask the marker to say, do you favour one? So he was after an answer.
Well, I like a little trail here. If Lee can just get his nose on this jack, trail it back to the tee.
He's very close. If he gets under, harder now. Oh, it's threaded through the hole.
Nearly got off Ben Twist, but what he has done is he's almost certainly, in my opinion, confirmed third shot there.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see.
No, well, with Ben Twist having nothing at the back of the rink. Lee just explained to our marker what the intent was, and, well, we could see it from up here. Now, what sort of weight's Ben Twist going to play here? He may just back himself, Chase.
Well, he could too. You know what, Nick?
No, he's going to go try to play a little bit of touch here.
This is the smart bowl to play. Tell you what, he's in a good area. Benny Twist, he's just got to reach up now. What a cracker of a bowl.
See, even there's Lee Schraner, all he can do is stand back and applaud. One shot it's going to be to Ben Twist. And that's going to be 9-6. Ben Twist out to a lead, we know. There's a magic number for Twisty. And that magic number is also there for Lee Schraner. He needs to win. But for those just joining us, if Ben Twist gets to 18, he cannot be caught in this section. So that's the first target, and Ben Twist is halfway there, Jason.
That he is, but he won't be concentrating on 18, Nick. Don't worry about that. Still be concentrating on that 25. 18 gets there quickly, well then, hallelujah.
Well, Lee Schraner's focusing on 25, but, attack as much as defence. He's really got to try to prevent any chance for Ben to get any shots, to give himself any chance of getting through this section. But he does look focused, doesn't he, Leroy? He's flipped the hat around. It's just so intense how he watches the bowl down.
Yeah, it's a good start. He's got the shot with that.
And Ben Twist, yes, I thought this might have happened. He's going to go firm at this, looking for the jack clean into pit.
That's
well done, Benjamin.
Shot, Twisty. Brilliant.
So hasn't quite taken it straight back to the number, but he's given, well, less than a metre for Lee to draw it. Well, Lee Schraner here, he might have just done it. He's done it beautifully.
What a
He's drawn
bowl.
it right up to the lip of the green. But I don't know that that'll last, because I reckon Ben Twist will be going pretty firm to belt that in.
Yeah, but he's put it there. It's now got to be
removed, doesn't it?
That's right.
twist.
Well, it's away.
Going firm out. He's chasing this one. Let's see.
It's
Wow. Little wry smile there from Schraner. I think he realises he just dodged the bullet somewhat. Important, he doesn't want to set up a 2-bowl target. If he can draw close to the ditch.
Well, even a foot short of his last, he counts. And he puts a blocker there.
So as this comes into view, well, he's played this very nicely again.
Oh.
As you called for, Jace.
What, it didn't. I tell you what, looking from the mat end, you might be able to quickly turn that camera around to the mat end and see what the Ben Twister's looking at.
Oh, I'm pretty clever. I can try that too.
They can both go, but he has to get it right.
That's what Ben Twist sees. The side on angle. And now from front on, so we see that orange bowl at the bottom of the picture. That's the first of the two. Been a good indication. Ben's just around that front blue. Can get them both, and in doing so, can make it two of his own. Oh, this is good.
He likes it.
He's
called it. Edge of that. Got them both. That is a
Benny.
Brilliant bowl, Benny Twist.
So Greg just cleaning the touches out of the pit there, or the non-touches. I apologise. And what that does is it leaves Ben holding two, but Lee's drawn two within a foot of the ditch. Can he just repeat the dose here? Here it goes.
Well, is he up enough this time, Nick? No,
You can see he was urging it up.
He's urging it up himself, so maybe not.
Wow, what an end. Little bit of everything there. Some great draw bowls.
Yeah, looks like Lee's...
Some power. And Lee surrendered. Yes, one shot very quickly on the board for Ben Twist, who now leads 10 shots to 6 here at the TAB State Championships from Cherry Street Sports in Ballina. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock are here with you for this third round men's singles match, where the winner, well, both players, if they win, can progress. We know that there's a magic number here for Ben. And we know that it's a magic number for Lee Schraner as much as anything as well. 18 shots sees Ben Twist through his margin. Currently plus 15 on Lee Schraner.
All right, Twisty's first bowl. What a great opener. Finished about 10 inches behind.
Some movement behind the head there. Somebody perhaps ill-timed trip to the bathroom.
It does happen.
Players have been commendably patient, given the big crowds we've seen all through the program.
We're coming down here on pretty aggressive line. Has he got the run to hold now? Well, he didn't quite have the run, unfortunately.
Yeah, that line was very doable for him.
Ben can play similar. He can afford to be a positive draw here. Trailer Jackie would be really good. Nothing for short here for Benny. Everything behind now is really good for him. He's going to get back from there.
Yeah, he's played this
great
very neatly.
shooting, Twisty.
Favour, that's going to be 2. And if you're Lee Schraner, well, only 1.
Does indicate only one, okay.
And he's going to persevere on the backhand here, Leroy. Only needs to add a foot and a half on his last. Just wants that to finish and get down now. Well, it's a beautiful piece of weight. And Schraner with a quizzical look as he walks off the mat. Saying, why didn't you turn? Well, the breeze is just about gone. I'd say that's why. Only the lightest of airs here now.
Breeze is gone. It's actually getting a little bit cooler in the air as well, Nick.
Yeah, and as the shadows encroach on our green, likely to see just the grass, the leaf starts to stand up a little bit.
Twisty.
And Benjamin Twist.
Finding it really... Oh, yeah,
Well,
hands
he
on his
just
head.
knows.
He didn't want that flopping back.
He knows. And
Yeah.
I know that this is going to be big weight here from Lee Schraner. Going to clear a few out. Oh, I think he's pulled that.
Anything can happen from there. Well,
Pulled it, but killed it.
got a result.
So, only the second dead end we've seen. But Ben Twist will go funnel all the bowls to the back of the rink. Greg helping out there, our marker. As Leroy chucks a few down himself. And the score stays at 10 shots Ben Twist, 6 shots Lee Schraner. Hard to see where all the shots are going to come from for Leroy. He keeps having to do things like that.
Yeah, looks like he's just, for a player of Leroy's standard, looks like he's just scratching around a bit, isn't he? Really struggling to find that weight, that line. You see a little bit of frustration on his face and in his mannerisms a couple of times, but we know the champion player he is, and once it clicks in, anything can happen.
Quite right. So Ben Twist now. As he gets this one away, don't forget Platinum Pennant, TAB Platinum Pennant. Round 1 commences Friday, the 11th of April, featuring some of the best bowlers in the world. 12 powerhouse teams will battle for the highly coveted TAB Platinum Pennant title. Round 1 streaming kicks off with defending champions, the Cabramatta Bull Ants, going head-to-head with the local rivals and bowling powerhouse St John's Park Saints, of course, Ben Twist's home club. Follow the Bowls New South Wales YouTube page to make sure you never miss a moment from the TAB Platinum Pennant. Check out the season fixtures on our website or click the link below. Make sure you're joining in the tipping comp too. It's going to be lots of great fun. Both these players will be featuring. Lee Schraner, of course, for the Jets, Raymond Terrace. Ben Twist for St John's Park Saints. So many of New South Wales and Australia's very, very best featuring in this competition that kicks off next Friday night.
Oh. Good bowl there by Twisty. Good adjustment as we just see the lights get turned on here on the green.
Yeah, Duncan Elphick right onto it here with the lighting. Knows that, well, Brett Dupre and Katie Pack will be out here for a while yet. As Lee just is hunting that jack. Ben. Oh, geez, Brown is looking after somebody with a cup of tea there. Oh, very good.
Okay, Ben just wanted to get down to Leroy's back bowl, but it's not a bad miss either. It's in a good home there.
Well, kind of covers two of them.
It does.
Fine, we'll see Schraner just reaching up on the backhand again. If you can play a little tighter than his last, you can punch that shot bowl through.
He's looking at it intently.
Well,
he's close here.
He's
got. Oh, no. Oh, he's played a good bowl with a bad result.
Well, you can see he's turned his back in disgust there, Lee Schraner. He's He's had a few of those so far in this contest. And as Ben Twist approaches the head, he's still got shot, but what he doesn't have is much else near it.
Very true, Nick. So hard to get to, but if there's a way to get to it, Lee will find a way.
Absolutely.
And big, important for Benny here to get, these shot or a good second in there.
Yeah, if he can park another one, Jack High out on the far right wing, I favour that would be a good chance to ensure he's going to get a collect here. Foot on that blue line about Jack High. He's playing a little bit more aggressively than I thought he might. It's a pretty direct track.
He's played a direct track, hasn't he? But
well, he's got a little gate there. What that does do.
Gate.
Well, they can both go now. But will the jack go if they both go too? I favour Lee Schraner to come very quick, can kind of pick his hand. And both those blue balls out.
Well, he can get Benny's front one there fat.
He's not gone charging at it. This is controlled.
There's a bit of a hit and stay shot. Now, under that.
Close.
Oh,
He's
got
hit the jack and gone with it and still didn't get the result. Lee Schraner, you can see that's going to go whizzing over there. And one shot it was in the end to Ben Twist. We see at the back of the rink there. Well, he was stiff he was stiff twice there.
He's been stiff a few times now, Nick, and you can see that frustration coming in on Lee now. So
it's a hard thing to block from your mind.
It is, but Benny's done well to put the bowls in the areas too to frustrate him. Benny's last bowl there was a little bit narrower than probably expected, but he had the good weight to get into that hole.
So, seeing this jack rolling get a little bit shorter from Ben, I wonder if he's conscious that Lee has been very aggressive here, doesn't want him sinking jack, so he's not giving him a chance to put that jack anywhere near the tee. Keep it away because, I mentioned it with Lee Stinson the other night, it becomes a bit of an arms race if there's jacks near tees when this calibre of player are into it because they're just going to sink him. Yeah,
most definitely, and Benny might be happy to see Lee kill ends more than sink jacks into the pit.
Well, exactly. If you're trailing him to the number and parking on top, it's very hard to get that back, despite the best efforts we saw from Lee Schraner just the other end.
That's a very good starter by Benny.
So, plenty going on still here at Cherry Street Sports. We're into the twilight. All the women's games, third round games have been completed, so you can go and see your semi-finalists in the BowlsLink results portal. But I can also tell you who they are because we're going to see some fantastic games. So, Sarah Boddington tomorrow. She'll be on the live stream at 8:30 a.m. She's up against Tanya Ware from Curry Curry. In the other game, Brianna Smith, who's sitting almost right alongside us, up against Anne Johns from Engadine. So, some spectacular contests in the women's state singles tomorrow here at Cherry Street.
Benny's just drawn a shot down there. Throw it back over to Lee, saying, if you want it, come and get it. You need to draw it.
Well,
and
you want it, come and get it. Here I am.
Well. He's replied really well. That's a great bowl, Lee Schraner. Still option there for Benny. It's set up pretty well at the moment still for Ben. A positive draw down there. Touch on the jack. Push it back to his own two.
Temperature's starting to cool off here, but the bowls haven't cooled off by any of these players. We're seeing
Benny's got a trot on here, so I'm wondering, this must be close.
Watching this intently, it's getting better, isn't it, Leroy's worried about this one, is he?
He has dead drawn that. That is brilliant.
I think Leroy, he was worried about it. And that last ball has it sitting. Is it Jack high, centre to centre just about? Well, so that's the view for Lee Schraner.
He's close here, Nick.
You can see what he's trying to do. He just wants to peel that blue bowl off. Geez, he only needed about 2 more rolls on that of his own, and he would have done it. But at 11-6, down 1 here. Might be important to see who's got a third shot.
Yeah.
There's a big chance, in my opinion, that Lee Schraner considers a kill here. You know, he knows he's only got 7 shots to play with the Ben Twist. He's still got to score 19 of his own.
Big ask, but
so while the scoreboard says first to 25, we do know that if Ben Twist gets to 18, that Lee Schraner cannot win the section, even if he was to win the game.
it's a good bowl in there by Benny. He's pretty happy with that head set up. He might be probably not much chance of Lee getting his bowl out without the back orange going. They're pretty close together, Nick.
Agreed. Particularly since that last one's come to rest there. So, does Lee try?
And Lee can't play massive weight. He's 3 down at the back, basically. 2 down, definitely at the back.
Yeah, well, I mean,
unless he's going for a kill.
On my picture, I think kill's likely. Well, he's playing a very controlled weight shot here. This will be genius if he can get it, but lots can go wrong. Lots didn't go wrong, though. Well, he was due some luck.
He was due a little bit of luck. This is correct. He's got a little bit back. I favour him for 2 shots there.
Yeah, so do I.
Definitely.
Let's have a look at this again. So, on the instant replay, we see Schraner playing just a fiddly reaching weight, and he gets a result inside of his own, edges out the shot bowl, flops back in for 2. Big breaths. So, I'm saying Ben's gone for a comfort stop, so Lee confident that he's got this, but those bowls are just going to remain there to ensure that Ben gets a chance to observe the head. I'm sure he trusts Lee Schraner, but doesn't want anything to get knocked about.
No, definitely not. And it's just a courtesy. It's just something that you do. Players do, you know.
Absolutely. So, while that's going on, I'm going to tell you, Jason Pinnock, about AAT Kings, because if you're ready for a holiday, you can discover more with AAT Kings, whether you're admiring natural wonders or embracing local connections. With AAT Kings expertly crafted tours, there's always something new to explore, as you will be in the hands of experts. Get up to $1,800 in air credit per couple on selected tours, plus you can save an additional 5% with your exclusive Bowls New South Wales discount. Visit aatkings.com or click the link in the caption below. Book before the 17th of April to receive these deals and use the promo code BOWLSNSW. T's and C's apply. But let's go on a holiday.
We'll go over there at the other. Basically, it's basically a quarterfinal. Darren Morrison versus the Axe, and Zach Daz is up 19-11.
Yeah, very well credentialed players going head to head. Craig Gardner popping a nice comment. Great commentating throughout the championships, boys. Well done all.
I had a couple of messages from some so-called mates. So they're sick of hearing me voice. I said, well, put it on mute, boys.
Wasn't Glenn Dixon by any chance, was it?
No.
No, you've been fantastic, Jace. It's been a privilege to have members of the Bowls Australia team come and help us out when we go on these tours, and I know it's a great opportunity for you to meet with your constituents and you know, really engage with your community. So it's a win for all of us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's just always take these opportunities to do a little bit of networking while there's certain players here from areas that it's pretty hard for me to sometimes get to.
Well, how about this?
This is sensational.
Schraner trying to make that jack hard to get to.
Well, this is what he needs to do more of.
Pen twist now. Well, he's another intense one. He's watching this. He's over into the next ring.
Well,
Just going to run through Schraner's at the front. What he has done though is he. Oh no! I thought he was going to set up a bigger wall to land on.
so he's going to still stick with his backhand here.
Yeah, I think really doesn't matter where he finishes. He's holding sway in this head. And
Just got to run through now.
Something.
He has that. Well, that's 3 shots now.
just there. Doesn't really frame it up. It's a tight line there if Ben's going to attack this on either hand with that bowl of his at the front.
Well, we're seeing a change of hands by Twisty's going back to the forehand. That tells me he's going big.
Well, you're exactly right here, Jace.
He's gone big.
Close to the jack here. He's got it.
The jack clean.
Well,
Wow.
once again, he's just piling this pressure on. Every time you think Lee Schraner's looking ascendant in this head, Ben Twist finds some magic.
He has played his running shots really well this whole campaign.
So Lee Schraner, he's still got the best part of almost 2 metres to draw this. So first job is to get past that line at the back of the ring.
He's
He's
got
done
past
that.
That's,
I reckon that's going to be good enough.
that's close. Twisty's got his fingers on it. It's tight.
Well, once again, we're going to try and give you a view from the far end here as Ben Twist wanders down. That's what he's looking at. That's the blue bowl in the ditch under the number 7. The orange bowl is the other one in the argument.
Don't know if he'll be running at that though, Nick. It's pretty.
It's fairly well protected, but
It's more of a swinging shot. So, is he confident to draw this, or is he going to swing at it? It's pretty blocked up the front. You go dead straight at it. It looks like he's lining up with weight though.
he's going with weight, as you suggested, Jace.
Yeah.
Don't know if this is going to do any turning though.
No, that's not
Slides
that one.
past. So we'll go and put a tape on this.
Yeah. Not sure.
Or is Lee going to relinquish? No, he's going to claim it. Ben's given it away, so one shot it is. to Lee Schraner. Well, important there. It's down 9 shots to Lee Schraner, 11 shots Ben Twist. We've seen some excitement in the last few minutes, Jace.
Yeah, we have. We've seen Lee, early in this game struggle with line and weight a bit, but he's starting to knuckle down and find his range. And Twisty's still playing brilliant, but difference has been Lee's just picked his game up a bit better, provided himself more opportunities. And we could be in for a real ding-dong battle here, Nick.
You're exactly right, Chase. It's been fantastic to bring you this coverage here all day. It's been a big day. We were here at, some of us were here, Jace, at 7:30 this morning.
Well, some of us were on a mower at 7 a.m. too.
Greenkeeper Elphick was well done in his work by then. But no, you're exactly right. We've had 4 games here, 3.5 games, and a chance to see still anything happen here. Ben Twist, he knows that this game's far from over. There's a few rowdy fans across cheering on Darren Morrison.
Yeah.
As we see Leroy, a little touch there, that's very good.
He's getting into his work, isn't he, Nick? Hey? He's putting more bowls in better areas, giving himself more opportunity.
Just got a little touch on that there. So
see, basically now the whole green is now shaded over. A little tiny bit through the middle, but
that'll be gone in minutes, you'd suggest. Ben Twist on the backhand. Reach up, land either of those shot bowls. Grab that jack.
Well, he's in a very good
area.
area.
Slide under off over.
Just slid under. Good effort by Benny.
You can see Benny's hands on head at the top of the picture.
So what we're noticing, even though the sun's gone, lights are starting to kick in, the turn is still there, Nick.
Well, Nigel Thompson's got big ones. He says Schraner wins from here.
Schraner wins from here. Well,
saw him pop into the chat. And if you agree or disagree, you can feel free to let us know. So Ben just making sure his last bowl wasn't a toucher. And the answer was no, it wasn't, but it was very close. But I can show him the replay if he needs. So, persevering on this backhand or a bit more weight perhaps. A bit more weight here.
He's going bigger. Trying to get that.
There's a chance of a good collective. He can get those out. Well, he's got one out.
Got one out, so he's back to one down.
That was the toucher that went in the ditch. So Lee Schraner has an opportunity there, but Favory's got to improve this. That's first priority. Get down and get a touch on here, that'd be very handy.
Well, just drawn
little back touch would be very handy. Look at this, very good. Important bowl at the big time of the game here.
Will we see Benny go again?
Well, that's what the back of the rink looks like. It's not really well set up.
It isn't.
For Ben Twist.
Wondering if that other bowl's actually in. It's right in front of the marker's feet. I think it is. And Pretty hard to see the jack getting across there, but if it does...
Well, there is a good number for Ben Twist if it can. So, Ben Twist, big bowl here, you feel. Currently 2 shots to Lee Schraner. He can level up this match at 11 shots all.
He's back on the draw now.
Well, he chased it a long way. Is it going to go the trip?
Well, it's going to go the trip. Is it going to hold? Just swung out on him. May not have got second.
Yeah, I don't like it for 2. I still like Lee Schraner for 2 here. And could be a new game any moment. So, the call is 2 shots. No, only 1 shot. Lee Schraner, so 10. Shots Leroy. 11 shots Ben. No, it was 2. I thought I must have been going mad there. Wouldn't have been for the first time either.
So 11 all. Game on. Leroy will be wanting this momentum to stay. I do know he has to win by that 7-shot margin, or 8-shot margin, sorry.
Well, a few others are jumping in the chat saying that they're on Lee Schraner as well. Momentum up. You do feel as though things are going his way. He's found a little bit more rhythm and a little bit more luck too, Jason Pinnock.
Yeah, well, we saw early he didn't have a lot. But the champion that he is, he's stuck to his work and he's been able to turn that luck around once or twice, but also provide himself with better opportunity by drawing, much like he has with his first here. So constantly doing that may just put some frustration on to Benny.
Oh, he's just slid past again. No jack. You heard him asking about that on the previous end. Did I get a piece of the jack? No, not quite. Which may have changed. Changed Ben Twist's plans a little bit. So Lee's probably done enough for second shot there.
Benny's watching this one intently. He'd like this to run a bit more. Well,
I've done enough. Schrader going to stick to this forehand side. Just turn around his own or turn through it. Hearing a lot of wax on these backboards, aren't we now, Jace?
There's a couple of games going on over there, and I don't think they're going to affect sections.
Well, this one between Walter RSL and
Taylor
Appleby. That's
one of them needed to win 25-0.
That's not going to happen. So I think they're going bare jacks at the moment for fun.
Well, I think it's more Taylor. I think Brett's just been drawing, but Taylor's having a bit of fun out there by the look of it.
And why not?
So Benny swapped to the forehand here. Again, Nick, I think we're seeing some weight come down here.
It does feel likely, doesn't it? So Ben Twist, forehand, very firm.
Oh,
Wow.
Shredded a needle. Wow.
Have a look at the jump as he goes down here, Ben Twist. He's chasing it down, he's chasing it down, he's chasing it down. He misses, he jumps in the air and says, oh, no. And Lee Schraner. Well, he'll be looking to tidy this up.
Well, he'll be wanting to just put another one in there and just put that number pressure on Ben. Lee knows he needs some shots.
Well, probably didn't want that touch. That was about the worst outcome there for Lee Schraner. I think a clear road, he gets to the back blue of Ben Twist.
Benny's only one down here, which I think he is. I think he swaps hands. He's looking to promote. He's got a few options down that backhand, mate. He can promote his own, draw around it, draw under it for shot. He can even get inside edge of the shot bowl and up onto Jack. So, I'll tell you what, if you got Jack down the line 3 or 4 inches.
He's not lining up that way, Jason, I'll tell you that now.
Well, he isn't either. Okay.
Big weight again, Ben Twist. Well, he's going to get a collect this time. Collected the front.
One. Unlucky.
So, one shot to Lee Schraner, we reckon. Give the players an opportunity. I think I agree with you there, Jace. It's very rare that I go against Ben Twist.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That was surprising. But obviously Benny saw something and he was more confident playing that shot. But, yeah, I did like the other hand. I might be thinking it's a bit hard to play that dead draw shot at the moment with it slowing down.
But it still wasn't a draw, though.
No.
You know, there was a chance to push up through, tight down to the shot. Yep. At any rate.
If you got fresh air and went through, well, you're not any worse off anyway. So.
No, exactly. So, look, far be it for you and I to tell Ben Twist what to do.
Oh, no, definitely
player of
not.
his credentials, but
That's
occasionally, and this can happen in singles, is that you get a bit focused on one outcome rather than when you're playing in a team environment, somebody might say, hang on, I've got another idea. Why don't we have a look at this?
Yeah.
And it's one of the real strengths of good singles players is their mental capability to almost argue against themselves and say, this is what I see, but what else is there?
Yeah. Yeah, he's spot on there, Nick.
So momentum, as suggested in the chat, is now with Lee Schraner. He's peeled off the last, 3 or 4 ends at least.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And look, he still needs to peel off a few more. So,
starting like that won't hurt.
we really see Leroy's just gone back to his draw game. He's backing it.
Well,
he's sticking with it.
Look at this. He set up a target though for Ben Twist. He's going to go and try to run this in.
Wow.
How do you find that, Cap?
I also see Benny throw his arms out.
Well, it feels as though the luck, the momentum, everything's swung around. Lee Schraner here. You see a massive effort on the other rink there from Taylor Appleby. Don't know if
I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen watching, Taylor Appleby just let a drive go, and I think his first step was 5 metres down the green after the drive. It's nearly like he launched himself into midair.
So Twist here, is he going to go again? Schraner's left a jack high target. He has parked one on the tee here though. Makes it harder for a result here. And Ben Twist, he's going again.
Tell you what, he's closer this time, Nick.
Well.
Oh my God, he's. Yep, and he's like. He's wondering what he's got to do to hit one of these at the moment, Benny.
Well, he's found 2 holes that, for you or I, Jason Pinnock, wouldn't exist. Even we couldn't find them. Players of our capability, but Ben Twist has done it. Well, Lee doesn't want to fatten it up. Well,
he has. But he's got 3 shots. Benny's got none on the green, so.
Does he go again? You feel he's kind of pot committed here, isn't he?
Nearly feels like it, doesn't it? But
so Ben Twist. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of angst, a little bit of anxiety. He's going again.
He is going again. Well, I think he's under this time as well.
So
this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So
he does have a toucher in the ditch from when he sliced that jack across.
He does too. Sorry, Nick. You are correct. I forgot about that one.
So, well, I think this just sort of shows the pressure that Schraner's putting him under here.
Yeah.
And if Leroy can go and park his nose on this without fattening things up, or just sneak in front there, that's a little bit of protection.
Yeah, it just changes a couple of things, doesn't it? Changes the look.
So, for 4 down. So, live scoring, Schraner moves to 16. It's, well, it's not out of the realms of possibility here.
No. Remember, he's trying to limit Benny Twist to 17 while he gets to 25 himself, so
there's plenty of young bucks here who are watching on here. They'll be enjoying this display
so.
of power. Elphick Jr. amongst them. He's an impressive young bloke, Duncan's son. So Ben Twist. Once again, you feel he's committed. He's got one in the pit, but a kill looks the most likely with the way the bowls are lying. Currently 4 down. He's on it again. This looks like a better go.
This is a better go. He wants to get under that front one, though. No edge of that. Wow.
That ended up being...
That was always on. That's why I like that last bowl of Leroy's. So,
yeah, just a perfect tackle at the front there, and it's going to be 3 shots to Schraner. And momentum swinging. Ben Twist having 4 drives on that end. This is the one he was a bit stiff on, though. As you see here, you felt as though he was going to get something, and he's just kissed the jack across. And as Ben comes past there, not a lot of luck, but this luck comes sort of in fits and starts, though, too, doesn't it? Schraner didn't have much at the start, to be fair to him.
And look, to be fair, Benny can't get down on himself. They were the narrowest of margin misses.
So, straight back on it here. Schraner, he's found some line, he's found some range, and probably looks to be in a slightly better mood than he was earlier too with that. We've seen all throughout this event that the moods of the players have sort of swung based on the weather. Today they've swung on the results.
Well, Benny holds down to this.
Well, that's class.
That's a good start.
Twist. Schraner asking good questions as always. How far off is it? "25 centimetres was the indication from Mark and Greg. And he's going to do some backstroke out of the way there. Good man. So that gap gives Schraner the confidence
to draw this.
To try to draw it off, and he's
just
very close.
He's very close here.
Wow.
He has dead drawn that. That is a brilliant lawn bowl. But opportunity here for Benny. Yep, swap of hands on the forehand. Positive weight.
Yep, good result. He can get through his blue, pop the shot bowl out, get around it, sit the jack. He can wider again. He can get in off the shoulder of the orange. So lots of ways to win here for Ben Twist.
Just needs to hold that line down to that.
Looks good weight, Jace.
I do like the weight. He just got to get it right. Wow, Benny Twist.
Beautiful bowl.
Played it beautifully.
The only thing that has done is it's sitting.
Well, he could be sitting for 2 though, Nick.
Sitting, well, 2 down it is, but it is sitting out in the open here, and I wonder if Schraner might go and bang this. Yep, that is plan A from Leroy. chance for lots of contact here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, got it.
One
next.
out.
He's one down.
Neatly done. So Ben Twist just confirming that he still has shot, and our man Greg saying, yes, you've still got it, brother. But it does look a bit vulnerable there, Jace.
Well, it's a little bit locked in, actually, Nick, that one shot of Benny's. But, I mean, it's set up for Leroy for a trial for 3, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the jack's vulnerable, yeah.
There's any movement on that jack, and Ben's going to go down a big number here.
Well, he looks to be a tad on the high side here. Is he just looking for some back cover?
Well, that's likely what he's going to achieve. That's going to tidy things up at the back of the rink there. As you suggested, the blue bowl is kind of locked in on the orange at the front of the green there. At the left of screen there. And Schraner is going to come and have a look. I mean, he touches it 4 or 5 inches. He's probably got 3.
Yes, yeah.
But without that last bowl there, he had the freedom to play with whatever weight he chose to get to the back of the rink for 4.
Exactly.
So
you saw him walk up there to that forehand and saw that the bowls were touched and give a bit of a wry smile going, so he knows that Benny Twist's bowl there is locked in. Yeah, I'm going to see a backhand draw played here by Lee. He's asking this to hang already. He thinks he's tight, but if he's tight onto the shot, he may get a result.
Well, he can't do it this way, can he? Well, he's Lee Schraner.
Well, did it hang around or not?
You feel body language from Ben Twist is that he looks a bit dejected about that. I don't know. Our side angle there. See if that can tell us any more. Not really.
Yeah, no real indication in body language. Marker.
Marker Greggy's been like a statue when we need him.
Doing a tremendous job.
Oh, God. Absolutely, all our volunteers have been splendid, but
just got to get back now.
Watching a great contest here. Ben Twist, well, that's going to fall over, and that'll be in the argument too. Well, maybe 1 to Schraner, maybe 2 to Twist, up to 2 to Benny Twist, you feel here.
Well, he's calling it for 2, but...
And that's what Lee has surrendered. So, 2 shots Ben Twist.
Important pick up for Twist. He just...
gets him a little bit closer to that magic number, as you've suggested.
And stalls the Schraner train. The momentum was with him
he's
massively.
Been stuck on 11 for a minute, hasn't he, Ben Twist? And yeah, the Schraner train, that's probably about the right.
That's what it's felt like over the last, probably half a dozen ends, Nick.
The right way of saying it. Twist now with sunglasses being removed. And watching intently.
Lights. The picture looks great. Still looks like daylight, doesn't it?
Oh, they're brilliant, the lights here. You see a few grainy ones when you go to a field. There's a few streams around the place where the lights aren't absolutely optimal, but here, Cherry Street Sports, we're blessed to bring you, with these great new cameras, of course.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, well.
You can see on our screens. Sure, I can see Taylor Appleby next door there. Letting rip with his drives. And
I might just park a camera on him for a moment here, Jay, see if I can find him. when he lets one go.
I think he's going to go again, looking at that head there, Nick. So, Lee Schraner, come on down. Oh, drawing a shot. Jack High about a bowling front, actually.
All right, so I don't want to take us off this game for too long, but equally, here's Taylor Appleby. And if he's going to bury this, this is one of the best actions you'll ever see. Oh, he draws it. What a wimp. But Taylor Appleby has been launching himself. Off that mat, trying to put everything behind his hits.
Okay, Twisty now. Is he going to get back, Nick? He's got the good weight for it. Well, finishes well in a good home.
Yeah, looks to be a big chance here for Ben Twist to grab a collect. Wow. Positive chat over there. Sounds like David Axon's played another cracking bowl. As Lee Schraner's made it 2, but
it's a cracker on top, isn't it? But
still a nice little trail there for Ben. He can pop that off back to his own. Oh, he's going big again. Might clip the edge out if he's getting anything though.
Missed a lot.
Well, it's kind of been drive or draw, hasn't it, lately? Ben Twist has been reluctant to play those little yard-on shots. And for Lee Schraner, pick your hand, get back and sit with Ben Twist bowls there. We'll go right round the back and make him try to play something really tricky.
No, I think Leroy's just constantly backing his jaw and just trying to put good counts in there, you know. Here we go again. It's 3. If it flops, it'd be good, so... He's saying to Ben, well, I'm going to put him in there, and if you miss, I'm getting some big counts.
Yeah, no thought of defence here from Schraner. He's just attack this evening, and, well, look, you can understand why. We know if Ben Twist gets to 18 shots, the players have told us that they're shaking hands because we know that that will be enough for Ben Twist to get through the section. It's effectively a handicap knockout game.
Yeah, it turns into that, but that's sectional play for you, Nick, and if you get the results early in your section, you can put yourself in this position.
So Benjamin Twist going big again.
He's a lot closer this time, Nick.
He wants Jack. Well, he's pumped one out.
He has.
But for Schraner with last say, well, based on how he's been drawing, you'd probably back him to just go plonk that one back on. Don't touch the Jack. Oh, we just heard a big cheer as we see Schraner stepped off the mat. Dave Axon.
Hey, what the atmosphere here, Nick's actually got somewhat of a
well, it's like
evening platinum pennant.
It's like it's a finals vibe, isn't it? Because we're seeing, I can tell you the scoreline over my right shoulder. It's Darren Morrison 24, Dave Axon 22. So no wonder they're getting into it.
That's a shootout, as we said, basic quarter final. Winner goes through.
Well, Lee Schraner, you'd back him to do something with this.
Well, he's close.
And the form that he's found. Look at this.
3
1,
shots.
2, 3. Thank you.
Just keeps that pressure on. So
18 now to Schraner. 13 to Twist. And, well, Lee Schraner's coming to get him. Tarrant Point crew there who sound like they've had a very good afternoon.
backing their state champion over there.
Well, they're coming off the back of a fantastic day yesterday. The Tarrant Point crowned men's state pairs champions. So Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock are here with you. I'm getting towards, you feel it might be getting close to the exciting conclusion. 7 more shots required by Schraner if he's to take this out.
5 by Ben.
5 by Ben, so it's almost back to level pegging. So the lights have taken full effect now. Daylight just about completely gone. You can see still the good shadows being cast on the green here by the fantastic lighting at Cherry Street.
Still a good crowd inside for the evening session as well, Nick.
Absolutely.
Hey?
Absolutely. There where else would you rather be if you're not at home on your lounge listening to us than here at Cherry Street Sports enjoying a balmy 24-degree evening.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's a gorgeous evening.
Lee's done enough there. I reckon it might have. Greg's been asked to get in there, have a squiz. What have you got for us there, Gregory? Favours the orange is the call.
Yeah, wasn't definite, but he said I favour the orange.
Now, it's the right way to do it if you're a marker. If you don't know, say you don't know, or say that I favour something over the other, but I'm not. It's not a lock. Well, so Greg getting involved there, catching another jack spilling across from the next drink. Taylor Appleby kills another one.
Hey, Benny down well here. Gets all the way to the jack. Benny twist.
Wow.
Great bowl.
Now he's definitely lying a good 2.
Well, he is.
And do we see a change of, just a reversal of this pressure, and Schraner now potentially having to attack. So Lee Schraner asking very specific questions about the setup on this head. And looking focused. Well, if you're trying to just draw down through this hole here, Jason Pinnock.
That's what he's trying to do.
I'll chip that one up into the hole, maybe. Could be second shot.
Could be second shot.
Could be a 4-bowl target as well.
I think you'll see Benny just loading the back up here, Nick. Very hard to see movement of his bowl without Jack going backwards. Can happen.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Jace. If you watch, Ben's going to sneak in out of our picture there, and that's what faces the players. The jack behind that blue bowl, closest to the centre line. I think you're exactly right. Something around the back. Super important here for twist. Yep, that's what he's done. Just go park one down near the tee. That's a fixed reference point. That's behind. And that's covering.
And Leroy's looking at how do I get shot?
Yeah, it's a really...
It's one of those... There's a bit of an opportunity if he gets the edge of his orange. Is he looking for that split sort of shot there for the wide blue and white, the orange? The orange can come square across onto Benny Twist Bowl and get it out without Jack. But other than that...
What sort of weight though, Jason?
Well,
how do you get it? Because you do need to have enough turn that you can get down to the outside edge, potentially split both of them out.
Is he also looking for the crack the egg shot, straight onto Benny and make his back orange one count? There's not too many options on here for numbers, but really important for Lee to try and get shot. He's playing a forehand with weight, so...
Oh, I don't know it out there.
Yeah, that's a bit wide out there. Tells me he was probably looking for that promotion of his orange bowl.
That little split shot that we were talking about, perhaps,
to try and get that edge and get Benny out.
There was maybe a chance to make two if you played it absolutely perfectly. Well, now if you're Ben, how do you make another one here? I think you've just got to try a stone cold draw on the backhand, don't you?
Fully agree with you there, Nick. Yep.
So, twist now.
Right. So that other knockout, so-called knockout match is still going on over there as well, isn't it?
Yes, 23 to David Axon, 24 to Darren Morrison, so they're both in the checkout zone. And it looks to be the stone cold draws about what Ben Twist is looking to achieve here.
I tell you, he's not far away. That's a pretty good effort.
I'll tell you what, both players would probably reckon they'd go good here with one more each. And one it is to Ben Twist.
Now on 14, 4 away.
14-18. So for Ben Twist, it's first to 18. For Lee Schraner, it's first to 25. So Ben can notionally go out here in one end.
See Darren Morrison draw a side knocker over there. In the other section, Cody Packer and Brett Dupree played that
marathon
match. At the moment, Cody Packer is down 11-10 to his opponent, Jai Whelan from Port City.
I thought you would have known that off the top of your head. He's your man, isn't he?
Jai. And Brett Dupree is up 11-8, so it could be very interesting for that section. Oh, great starter here, Benny Twist.
He's a star, isn't he?
Seen playing that weight, just trying to reach. Sure, and he gets behind. Beautiful trail to Jack.
I do just feel as though perhaps the energy of this match has shifted.
Well,
just a fraction.
Lee's had to put in a big dig, he did, to get this lead, and
well, Schraner on a very good track here.
wow, look at that.
Leroy.
Sensational.
Oh, the front touches. I had the privilege, Jace, of working at a BPL Cup some years ago. It was the year that the Western Australian teams couldn't make it over, and Lee Schraner went and played for the Perth Suns. He was a pretty handy sub. I was a handy sub for Clive Adams in commentary, but Lee Schreiner's first bowl, you could have done a super cut. It was just front toucher, front toucher, front toucher, front toucher, front. He just found on that indoor green at Moama under the TV rink, he just could not miss. And for me, he was one of the players of the tournament, certainly playing in the lead spot.
I've seen a lot of his matches when he's under needs a massive bowl and a big result. A lot of the time he backs his draw.
Well, he's got one of the very best in the game, and people in the comments here are saying exactly that David Shaw saying both great bowlers, but Lee's the best I've seen, and I have seen everyone from as far back as the 70s. It's a fair rap. When you've been watching, as you see once again Taylor Appy on the left-hand side of the screen goes screaming forward. He's having a run-up. It's good fun, isn't it, Jace?
Yeah, they're having some fun out there, the boys. They are. Not much to play for, unfortunately, but...
Well, I think Taylor's had a few cups of tea as well throughout this contest, so he's really starting to enjoy it.
All right, Benny It's down to that bowl.
Well, he's done this
Inside
very
of it,
nicely.
he has.
Yes.
He's got second wood out of that, so that's a good setup. He'll be happy with that.
So Schraner is still holding one, but with the jack out wide. Well, on this draw line, and on this draw weight, and on this surface, well, he's left it maybe a couple of bowls shy of where he wanted.
Well, Brianna, what's Benny playing here? She doesn't know herself. She likes him playing a forehand. She's not sure. I think she's still a bit nervous herself, actually. So,
yeah, well, we heard about the fingernail situation from Katie Astley before watching Katie Packer. I think Brownners, they're very nice Brownners, but I wonder if they've been chewed a little bit as well through this intense contest. Twist, firm weight.
He's playing firm weight here. Twisties, he get all the way down. Oh, he's edged the bowl out. What a shot.
What's that do, though, in terms of numbers?
Not sure if he's got one or two. Well, mightn't even have shot yet.
Yeah, so I'm still... I can find an argument for Lee's orange at the front there. It's the only two Lee's looking at, so my favourites between those. And what I do favour in that case is that there's a chance to play a tight forehand down, get the jack back, or get down to that shot bowl.
Well, if he gets the jack down past the blue bowl to the back orange and comes with it, he can make three himself. He gets underneath, sits the shot, he can stay for two. So, you can't see it in our screen, but there is another orange bowl to the right-hand side. If jack happens to come down past the blue, could possibly come into account as well, but that depends if he's
trying it on this backhand.
He's trying to draw to Benny's bowl here, or if he get a touch on his own and make the shot definite.
Urging it up. Well,
don't worry about any of that. I'll just come underneath and dead draw it.
But how many? Two. Two is the indication of our
Two fingers
marker.
go up.
So, Schraner to 20. He needs to get to 25. Twist is at 14. He needs to get to 18. It's a shootout now, isn't it, Jason Pinnock?
Yeah, it's getting exciting.
Who's going to win this?
Just don't know. You really don't know, Nick.
Yeah, so 18 is the magic number for Ben Twist, we know. The boys have done the maths. We've done it as well.
Yeah, lots to play for here still, Nick. And you know, early in this match, we saw Benny jump right out and take the ascendancy, and we thought, well, it's going to be hard for Leroy to really fight back and get the margin win that he needs. But champion that Leroy is, he has gone back to his draw game just like this.
He was down 10 shots to 2, Jace.
10-2. He's gone on an 18-4 run. And he really has gone back to his draw shot, backed it, put Benny under pressure.
And Benny's asking some questions here. I wonder whether he's thinking again about just running this straight in. First bowl. We've seen both players. Just making absolutely certain here with the players, with the umpire, with the markers, what the situation is. So, controlled weight here from Ben Twist. I'm going to reach down to this jack, pluck it out.
Oh,
well, it's a nice effort.
I like his weight. I like the intention.
Schraner just takes a little stroll, a few steps up the rink.
Well, I reckon the hanger at Raymond Terrace would be getting on their feet at the moment, Nick Hind.
Oh, I think it'd be rocking. So, I can confirm Darren Morrison won that game against David Axon. It was 25 shots to 23 in the end. So, the Dazzler is through. David Axon. A mighty effort from yesterday's pairs champion, and he's gone. This looks a little bit too high, doesn't it?
Just a tad high again, yeah. Right. He's a bit worried about his first one went under, that one high, but he's finishing in good homes here, Nick.
Yeah, well, it gives him a chance to maybe attack now if he's brave.
Yep. I think we'll find Lee. He'll just keep plonking him in there.
Yeah, I like your call. He's just saying, I'm going to build it up. If you're good enough to get him out, well, good luck to you. But he's putting pressure on.
Well, this time he's actually put a bit more on. He's actually
he's
covered and counted. That is brilliant positional bowl. So, do we see Benny go harder here now? Is he going to back his draw? Well,
he's still backing it.
He's slightly tighter than his previous.
Well, this is looking very good.
He's getting back to Nick Hind. He's getting all the way back to the jack. Benny Twist has played absolute ripper. Not sure if he's got the shot. Sort of favour him. Wow. But either way, he was 3 down.
Leroy's going to go and have a squeeze at this, and
what he's done is given himself big opportunity and less opportunity for Lee to get a big count here. So that is an absolute perler by Benny.
Well, I've got no view with that camera. Let's just try. I've got a slightly different angle here. No, that's no help either, so
we haven't got any indication from any of the players or the marker up there. Marker stepping right away from the head, which is fair enough, letting the players do their thing.
So Ben Twist still with 1 to play. Well, you feel as if Lee can get this out. He's lining up backhand, so I wonder if he's going to try to just pump that through. There's a chance to maybe make a 3 here, Jace.
Well, yeah, he'll be playing, you would imagine he'll be playing at least that positive draw. At least 2 to 3 foot on. He's owned to come in underneath and sit Ben out. I think he's just a tad high here, Nick, on that tighter side.
Yeah, that weight tells me he was looking to promote that blue bowl through the head.
Tells me that
stay for 3.
Benny might be holding shot too. So.
Some very tired children coming past, and that's okay. They've had a big day. We've had a big day here in Cherry Street Sports. We're watching what feels like the exciting conclusion of a clash of the Titans, really, Jace, isn't it?
So, Benny here. Tell you what, Nick, he's got a chance for a count himself. You find that port. He's got a couple options. Turn him over. Jack through. If he can get to Leroy's bowl, he can make 2. Well, He's on a pretty good line, very similar to his previous here. It's just outside that blue line. That's where he come back from last time. It's all down to his speed now.
We're telling it to go. It's a fair effort.
Because he wasn't that positive, I'm thinking he was already shot.
Yes, so one it is to Ben Twist. He's on to 15 now. We know that 18 shots is required for Ben Twist to be unbeatable in this section. As he stands there watching this jack intently, there's a little bit of sand kicked up from all those drives at the back of the ring that might just slow things down there. A bit of gravel to get through.
He has found the sand, but on top of the green.
So I'll just see if I can get that. You can just see at the back of your picture there's all this sand that has been kicked up from bowls going whizzing into the ditch.
The marker and players have done pretty well. They've kicked a lot of it off, but...
So we know that Section 2 has been claimed here in the men's singles by Corey Wedlock. We know that he will be playing in tomorrow's knockout rounds. We know that Section 4 has been claimed by Darren Morrison. He will be playing in tomorrow's knockout rounds. So
Twisty looking at very intently at this. Just pretty well down, I tell you.
Well, it's a great start.
It is a great start. Good bowl, Benny.
And you're 3 shots away from a potential checkout. We know that in Section 3, Cody Packer, well, he's got that section in his own hands. He wins this game, he's through.
Yeah, well, he's now up 19-11, so...
And we know that in this section, section number 1, that if Lee Schraner can get to 25 before Ben Twist gets to 18, he is through. If Ben Twist can get to 18 shots before Lee Schraner gets to 25, Ben Twist will go through.
I think this one might be slightly under the line. That side's still swinging nicely. How's his run? It's a little underdone as well. So, slight opportunity here for Lee right now. Big bowl here. If he can get onto the top of this jack here, Nick, sets up a chance for a count. And a very good one. It's an aggressive line. Has he got the weight to hold to it, though? He's just a little underdone too, and
so he sort of throws his hands out. I was asking, where was that? Just extra meter, just that magic meter, isn't it? So with Headlong and Tarrant Point concluding, things have fallen silent here at Rink 7 at Cherry Street Sports. The spectators know that this is a really important time of the game as Ben
pulled
Twisty
up again.
just short once
He's not
more.
happy with himself either, and understandable. So Leroy jumps on this, Nick. Could be very interesting coming down the last bowls.
Danger.
Yep, nothing for short here.
Well, he's pretty close to drawing it, isn't he? Sits jack high. He may well do it, or he might just fall away.
What he's done though, if Ben doesn't get another one close,
Yeah.
he's got a lonely one. He's left himself a chance to play a sit and shot and get a four.
Chance for a
So
four.
big bowl here for Benny.
Yeah.
He's got to adjust his weight and for that up 3-4 foot.
Well,
Doesn't want to go sailing all the way through, but
no, that's been so hard to find, hasn't it? That little bit extra weight. Just saying that 3 or 4 foot as the band starts up indoors, so they'll be rocking here tonight. it's rocking wherever you are. You got the bowls on. It's YouTube action. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock here bring you what feels like the exciting conclusion of this wonderful, wonderful contest between two absolute champions. Ben Twist, well, he's found it.
He's got a slightly higher line than his previous as well, but
found that extra weight.
He has found it and pushed through. Now this is interesting.
Much extra weight.
All right.
Lee.
Opportunity here for Schraner now.
That blue bowl gets potted through.
The other thing is Benny's bowl did stay up.
Yeah, that is true. But I think you probably take the odds to this if you're Lee Schraner. You know, if you can guts that blue bowl, sit it through. You'll be sitting 4 and 1 shot.
I wonder what our viewers are saying to play. If you're listening in, type in the comments. What are you playing here if you're Lee Schraner? Remember, Benny has still got one right at the backer. He has. So, Jack all the way through. Probably mean Benny gets the shot.
So, well, Lee's had a good think about this. He's looking very composed on his way back to the mat. I think he's got a clear understanding of the shot he's going to play.
Tell you what, Nico and the locals will be loving that shot at the moment. Look at that posture in the background. One of the local heroes here, Johnny Nasser.
One of the very good guys in the Northern Rivers.
All right. So he's playing positive forehand. Obviously trying to come right underneath that.
Well, there's a clear
run.
Got
under it. Oh, he's got a clear run and very unfortunate. Good effort by Lee. Still tight for shot too.
Yeah, well, you could see the forehand gave him much more chance to get that bowl out clean and stay without spinning everything back onto the jack. And it's going to be 1 shot to Lee Schraner.
Yeah, Benny's giving it up to Lee, so
21 Schraner, 15 Ben Twist. The season soars of this game. Very exciting. Been great to bring you these fantastic pictures here from Cherry Street Sports. As we say, Schraner move within 4 shots of victory. There's not many games going on. The Taylor Appleby game next door is still going. Taylor Appleby against Brett White from Wagga RSL. They're at 24 shots. Taylor Appleby 21 shots. Brett White. And still the 2 games that involve Cody Packer and Brett Dupre, understandably still underway.
Brett Dupre's in a 12-all draw at the moment. Cody Packer's got a bit of a lead though against Jai Whelan now. Well, I can't quite see now. It was 19-11 last time. Cody Packer win there will shut that whole section down.
Well, actually, Alf Boston's just picked up a 4 against Brett Dupre, so it's 16 shots Alf Boston. As Benny's looking for the jack.
Going for it. Oh, he sunk it. The crowd's going wild there. The St John's Park crew are up and about.
Well, and he's parked right on top of it too. Vitally important. You felt as though one of those was going to come. He's had a few cracks at this. And Schraner wasting no time. He's got his bowl away.
So, very hard for Leroy to get shot here. Has to be absolute perfection.
Something like this, Jason Pinnock.
Oh my God!
I still don't think that's going to be enough.
Well, we're seeing 2 of the best.
So
It's
there you
over
go,
the lip.
over the lip.
So the only thing Lee Schraner can do is really narrow his lineup.
We'll just get a shot of that there as Greg moves out of the way. Or just
Not
the
quite over the lip.
back of the bowl's almost over the lip. Well, again,
Wow.
our camera's looking down at it, so from above it probably is.
That's a bowl that Lee can use now. There's a chance he can actually use that to sit and flop to the inside and maybe get the shot. Pretty tight in there.
So twisty now. Ben's off and racing. I feel as though that's got to, well, it's slipped past. Schraner.
Oh, he's swapping over now.
So, yeah, well, Leroy, he can't do much better than that first one, you think, but of course, this is Lee Schraner we're talking about.
Benny just wants to know who has third shot here now.
Yeah. Ben asking which one's third because while the ball of the ditch won't move, just gives Lee a bit more freedom if he's got second or third to just try to get all the way to the ditch and maybe pinch something back here. Also means Ben can get a better collect if he can get the shot bowl out.
Yeah, most definitely. I think you're fine.
Well, Ben's after this one.
Oh, he's close. He's crouching down. And now he's following it in. Does he get it? Oh,
he's got
he's
it.
turned it up, but hasn't knocked
Stays
it in.
up.
Wow.
Well, how to do that, I will never know. But we can see there's two almost locked on top of one another at the ditch.
Well, did it even nearly count, Nick?
Well, that's the thing. Looking at those angles, that's incredibly close.
I think he could be in.
Well,
So now he sets up a chance for Benny to get a 3 now.
this is from the other end, so that's what Schraner can see. He cannot play with any weight near that now, though, because all he's going to do is knock his own bowl into the
That's
pit.
right.
What it has done is it's sort of locked Lee Schraner out on that hand.
The other thing is, you know, I think Lee might find it hard to get these shot, but does he go hard at that? Well, depends if he's got fourth.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if it is 2 down, then
Look,
I'll
Benny,
favour.
Benny's still got another bowl to come to, Nick.
I favour you've got to be really delicate here. So, Lee Schraner's on the forehand now. Bowl comes into view. He's looking to draw us to the
wants-
ditch, absolutely stone cold. He's pretty close
He's
here.
pretty
Jason
close
Pinnock.
here, Lee Schraner.
My
Is
goodness, has he
Oh,
done it? Wow.
That is a cracker. He's nearly drawn the absolute shot.
Look at that rev
Yes,
up
look
there
at
from
that rev up
Schraner.
from Schraner. He is pumped. He has drawn the shot.
I reckon he knows it too. And now if you bend twist, well, how do you get that out? I think he's just got to go flat stick at this and clear them all out. And back
That
at the
is
one in the
just,
ditch is good enough.
That is superb bowling, though. That is the quality.
Wow, are you impressed now?
If you're not impressed with that. Okay. That's Benny's reply now.
Twisty. Picture of concentration. Taking his time. So measured.
He's away. He's following it down.
Well, we can hear.
Just needs to hold now. Oh, he's gone under, so. Oh, it's only one shot. Every single shot is really key at this stage, Nick.
Wow, wow, wow.
And
they're shaking hands, just saying, what a great
they
end.
both appreciate that
better.
end.
One it is to Lee Schraner. Incredible.
You will not see too many ends of that quality, Nick Hind.
Well, what a privilege it is to call this action for you this evening. As we've seen, just elite bowls from these two absolutely unstoppable competitors. And Lee Schraner now 3 shots away.
Both are 3 shots.
3 shots away, so it's quick game, first to 3 here. They could have stopped all the mucking around and just got started first to 3. So, Schraner has really come roaring back into this contest. And, I mean, despite the very best efforts there of Ben Twist, I mean, how do you do better than that? Schraner's just going to park up a little short. Have a look at this last bowl here from Leroy. Sneaks in for shot where you didn't think it was even possible. What an amazing bowl.
That goes
look
up
at the
there.
rev up he gave himself. Look at that.
That'll be played in the hangar a few times, I reckon, mate.
Didn't he love it?
And look, might be a big call, but I put that down to, that's one of the best bowls we've seen played, and it's up there with that YouTube sensation bowl that we see from Englishman
Nick Brett.
Twisty.
Wow.
Keeps his composure and draws shot.
So important now to stay up, stay calm. Really easy to get carried away after an end of that quality and just say, sort of throw your hands in the air. But realistically, when a bloke's drawing to the ditch and to have it almost hanging over the ditch to draw a shot, all you can do is applaud as Lee Schraner
just goes through a hole there.
Past. This clash of the Titans. Twist and Schraner. Schraner and Twist. This one may be spoken about for years to come by poets, scholars, historians, or the bowls fraternity certainly. If you're tuning in, you've been given an absolute treat here this evening from Cherry Street Sports under lights.
Okay, Twisty. He's on a good line here, Nick. He's actually on a superb line.
Well,
right down to the jack now. Just hooked away. But that's 2 shots. And it's a little bit of number pressure on Lee now.
Yeah, well, 2 shots of the 3 required.
I mean, Lee has the back marker. But he has to get it too.
Well, he's going direct here.
He's going direct. He's not mucking around with this. He looks a little under, but what's
he's close if he
happen?
clears the front.
Wow. So he's got 2 of his own bowls off the green there.
Well, Lee Schraner will not be winning at this end.
That is a certain, but there's a chance for Twisty to win at this end.
Well, if he can tuck this around the corner, he can be holding game live.
Yep.
And we do see in singles that these games tend to finish in a big hurry, don't they, Jace? You know, you're just sort of tracking along, and then 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, it's done.
Yeah, we have seen that a few times. So there's an opportunity right here, and it looks like Twisty's swapping hands. Wondering if he might be looking for a back marker, Nick, maybe.
Well, there's nothing at the back of the rink currently, so...
Or is he putting a third one in there and saying, if you miss, I'm through?
A third one in, even if he splits his own up and makes a 3, there's a bit more air there. You feel like they could both go out at the moment. But a third would put immense pressure on Lee Schraner, who we've seen already has been...
Well, he's looking at it. He needs to turn, needs some contact.
Just sensational. Well, it's not 3. But what sort of risk, what sort of chance does Lee Schraner take here? I think he's got to look to play the forehand and trail it, don't you, Jace?
Well,
you know, gives himself a chance. If he's tight, he can run into the
yeah,
two-shot
I think
bowls.
so. Yeah.
You know, grab the jack, trail it a couple of feet, make 2, put himself 1 away.
It's really down to the individual player and their confidence of what hand to play here, Nick.
Well, as you said, he's backed his draw more often than not. But he does have a power game, Lee Schraner.
He's going big. He looks a little tight.
Well,
he doesn't want to get his own. Well, that nearly looked under to his own then. Well, he's got one out.
I mean, heart was in mouth there a little bit from Schraner as he wanders down the rink there.
And Nick, this has given Ben a chance for a 3 here for his Magic 18. We see Benny getting back up here, having a good look. Where do I need to get Jack to?
That's about where the 3 is, just where his foot was there, Ben Twist.
In all honesty, Nick, he's probably just got to crack an egg on this, or maybe a little bit more. I reckon if Jack goes to the left, probably at, a foot, it brings the back one in.
Yeah, that looks very likely. Well, the further out it goes, the more...
He doesn't want to kill.
The more
He's got
chance
one
it is.
shot.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to
right,
kill.
But he pokes it out there.
Definitely playing backhand here. Forehand's no good. There's opportunity for the forehand for the Jack to go back to orange. So
100% right.
Positive draw here. Contact on the shot bowl. Get the Jack out to the blue line. He can make 3 shots. And that'll be enough to secure him through to the next round or our final series.
Just look how intense the eyes of Ben Twist here. The body language will tell you very quickly once he lets it go. There's plenty of St John's Park supporters around the rink. And they'll hear. They'll let you know. Oh, no, he's going to reset. Such a pivotal bowl here, Jason Pinnock.
Oh, it is. The more pivotal the bowl, the more time we've seen Benny take throughout all his campaigns.
Well, he's chasing it.
He is.
He wants it to get all
he
the way
wants
down
contact.
To the Jack. Needs contact. It's not going to contact the Jack.
Just hooking, but it can hang around and get 2.
Well,
that's the next
2
best
it
result.
is.
Yeah, so he was wanting a little bit more weight there. You saw his indication, but 2 shots is brilliant.
So, 17 Ben Twist. 22 Lee Schraner. You might as well call this 22-24. Because that's what...
Basically, that's exactly right, Nick
what it
Hine.
is.
Yep.
So, Ben Twist, for perhaps the last time, as you see Lee Schraner on his haunches, deep in thought internally with himself. How do I get this one? He's played some absolute bombs. Just bowls that almost no other player you could even imagine would contemplate.
Well, that last end, he's drawn his first bowl on the backhand and sat on the edge. Nearly got shot, but second would. Then he swapped hands and drew the absoluter onto the edge of the ditch.
That's just
Crazy bowls.
absolutely,
But Benny Twist
absolutely
also
amazing.
drew a shot down there and was holding two. Made Lee have to come back and draw the shot. So it's just crazy.
Yeah, the standard that you're seeing here, you may not see anywhere else.
And this is a sectional match, just to remind everyone.
Just in case we were talking it up a little bit too much, there's still finals to come. Bowls New South Wales President Dillis Kindley sides inside, just signalling, do we need a refreshment? I think I've got some water out here, but I think after the excitement of this one, I might need something a little bit stronger at the end of this. I might go for a very big cup of tea. Leroy,
He's got the shot, but
early advantage, but
for this standard, that's
it's
a
loose.
miss.
That's loose.
It is, isn't it?
As the music pumps up inside, there's a little burst of Stand By Me there.
Well, across the other side of the rink, we see Cody Packer has won his third round match against Jai Whelan.
And with that, Brett Dupre and Alf Boston, they've shook hands as well. So
Yeah.
we know that Cody Packer will be the third semi-final contestant.
Benny Twist.
Benny Twist.
Right down to it. Great shot.
Wow. Leroy asking, what's the position? And Bree's been sent on an errand over there just to fill up the water bottle.
Well, Lee just really wants to put 3-4 foot on his previous. He can get down to the Benny Twist shot bowl here.
Well, this is pretty close here, Jace.
Don't know if it's going to get back, Nick. Just a little high.
You sure? Are you sure? Are you certain? Well,
I said a little high. That was a great bowl there. Not sure who's got shot now, though. Greg's not sure. He does favour a bowl. Couldn't quite read his lips, though, but...
well. As the band launches back into Stand By Me.
Well, what does Benny play here, Nick?
Wow.
Lee's bowl's probably half a bowl in front of Jack High there.
It's kind of terrifying either way, isn't it?
Well, it is.
There's no clear road in.
I think we might see him stay to the backhand. He can use Lee, get the inside edge of it, and come across. He played a cracker down there his previous bowl. He plays something similar. He gets the inside and trails Jack. He really locks this end away and makes it very difficult for Lee to get any count at all.
Once again, we see Ben Twist taking plenty of time here. Well, he's a similar sort of track, isn't he?
Little bit through, but he's going to finish in a good home, Nick.
Well,
Gives himself an option, so let's see what Lee does.
yeah, got that back of the rink covered now. Probably a smart positional bowl. Lee. Well, how's he going to get at this one?
I think he plays a similar bowl, in all honesty, Nick. Draw on the inside of it. If he gets the outside of his bowl, he flops it in and gets... That's one shot. It's hard to see Lee getting 3 out of all this here, unless he plays... He can play through under his bowl and sit Benny through. But he wants his bowl to hang around as well. Well, this one's not going to get back, unfortunately enough.
What it does do, though, is it gives a chance here for a little contact. Orange onto blue.
You're right.
Sit and stay for game.
Big bowl here for Benny
Ben
because
twist.
it's setting up for a chance for Leroy to get a 3 or a 4 here at the moment.
Vital. Well, a 3's enough for Lee. 1 is enough for Ben. So you feel this is going to come down to the very last bowl. So every other game now completed. This is it. Ben twist. This could be. This could be his last bowl of the campaign.
Well, he just has to pull his weight back about a metre from his previous.
He's pretty good here, isn't he, Jace?
He's pretty good here, Nick Hine. If he gets down harder, get down harder, Benny. Well, that's unfortunate. He might have given shot away, but he's not going to drop a big number here.
Exactly. What that's done is it's made it very hard for Lee to make
Lee cannot go out this end now. So
the 3 that he requires. He's going to have a look, though, here, Lee Schraner, just see if it's something that's not obvious to the likes of us, but if it's 1, he may just declare it.
yeah, good point, Nick.
The fact that Lee Schraner hasn't moved off that bank, I think he's waiting for Ben Twist to get down there and say to him, hey, look, I reckon I've got 1 there.
Yeah, it could be too. He's going, look, I think I got 1. What do you think? Are you going to give it to me if I want to take it? Well, Leroy looking at an opportunity to get a number here.
Well, surely he doesn't try to win at this end. You know, particularly if he's holding the 1 that we do believe he's got. But equal, I mean, he may still be down too, Jason Pinnock.
Yeah.
Hard to see.
Well, if he's down, I think the shot is a bit simpler. Do you know what I mean? He's playing a positive draw up on the back end just to get the shot if he's down already. But if he's got the shot and he's looking to manufacture more.
I mean, is there somehow a inside portion on the blue? We'll go to the other shot here. An inside portion of the blue that still gets onto the orange. It still pushes out the other one, but it's still only 2 there. I don't see he's able to get it with the weight available.
Any inside of the blue can bring the orange through onto Jack back as well. So there's a lot of things that can happen, but well, he's playing positive. Leroy is down here.
Well, we'll see what happens.
He's wide.
He's going to miss the whole lot, and
So
well, the players aren't going to shake hands immediately, so that suggests to me as though it is 1 to Raymond Terrace, 1 to Lee Schraner, and 23.
24.
Effectively 24. Yeah, so 23-17. Ben Twist's magic number is 18. Lee Schraner's magic number is the conclusion of the match, 25. Shots in excess of 25 do not count, so he can't just grab a 4 here and bump his margin up even more.
That's right.
So important for people at home to realise that you can't just get to 24 and then try to flum a 4. That doesn't help him at all. So Greg, our marker, saying he's into overtime here. And as are we, Jason, it's 7:45 now. So
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think our viewers at home will be loving this, sitting back.
well, you know, some might have the footy on, but I reckon there'll be plenty with the bowls on as well.
That's the way some of the footy's been. I'd be turning that off and getting straight on YouTube, watching the bowls. Don't worry about the footy.
Yeah, Thursday night you'd be having that back again, wouldn't you?
Was there a game on Thursday night?
Yeah,
I forgot about it.
Pretty good one.
All right. So Leroy's pulled up about a mat length short there. Chance for Benny to get on early here.
He's got this away pretty handily here.
He's just going to come through, but that's a good place to finish. That's where you want to be finishing.
We've seen it's been almost four-dimensional chess here from these players. They're thinking moves and moves ahead. And I think even for Ben Twist, that last end, the fact that he gave shot away but prevented going down that number, that may just be, or may just have been, the ideal result, because you know, you give Lee one chance, it might be all he needs. Twist now looking to reach down on this forehand.
This is a little bit tighter than his previous, but how's his weight, Nick? Has he got enough to hold?
Doesn't have enough to hold, but, well, a little slide there would have been very, very handy. Not necessarily what he's playing for, but would have been very handy.
Finishing in good homes, though.
Leroy now. Important to get beyond Jack High.
Does he get down inside of that?
Well,
he turns it over. Yeah, I think he'd be disappointed with that. Around it would have been good, underneath it good, but finishing on the outside of it.
So the front bowl is shot, though, according to our man Greg. He's having an extra good look here. And he's going to say, as it looks to me, I strongly favour it from our...
Yeah, and even Lee's indicated to Benny, yeah, you definitely got second, so good gamesmanship there.
Sportsmanship, I think you find, rather than gamesmanship. Gamesmanship's been shot at Raw Blakes, isn't it?
So I think Benny's playing something similar, just that good draw weight down.
Sit the bowl, trail the jack. Yeah.
No need for anything. Wow, I tell ya.
Direct line.
He's got a better line here, Nick Hine. He's a lot closer. Jack. Oh, he's gone. She shredded it through. Wow. Wow.
I'm going to turn off our rolling scoreboard because all the games have been completed. You can see those on the Bowlslink results portal, results.bowlslink.com.au. As Duncan Elphick wanders around here, he's still going out to that greenkeeper shed late at night. He is dedicated. He's in his civvies though now, so...
At the moment, still only one to Lee, so he's still not out.
Well, the Schraner, how does he find a second here? Cover and count, I think you have to look for.
Well, Benny's got too many opportunities of getting a one, I think. For Lee Schraner, he wants to draw a second and say, all right, Benny.
You play it.
You play it. That's right. I'm holding game. You need to play it.
Well, Lee wants this one to start turning. He didn't like it out of the
Let's
hand.
have a look at, yeah. Well, he's just hung wide again, so at the moment it's still not game over. If it's only one to Lee, still not game over, but it's opportunity for Benny.
Well, Ben's having a good look at which one's second.
Oh, he's sort of unsure.
If he was second, he'd just be going that bowl for sure. You know, bowl or jack here, and he wins. But there's still, well, who knows? Who knows? Ben Twist will have a good idea. He's going to know what he's going to play. He's moonwalking back up the green.
Well, there's a few things on here, Nick. At the moment, he's not down game, we assume.
Well, that's...
So don't know if we're going to see big weight here because there's slight chance of a misfire, you could actually go down game. But then again,
He's never looked more intense.
this looks...
At this moment in this game, Ben Twist wanting to win it, wanting to do it with this bowl. Crowd will tell you.
He is going big. Well, he's tight. Oh, no. He does...
Well, he's
What's that done?
very, very fortunate perhaps that he's clipped all sorts of things out. They're going to come down and have an assessment here.
Oh,
Lee Schraner's
I think
saying we're going to play another end.
we're basically down to a one-end shootout, I think, here. I think it's 1 to Lee. I don't think it's 2. No, they're putting the mat down, so,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, it's a one-end shootout.
as you suggested, a misfire there with the big weight, and that was almost so costly. But it's now 24 Schraner, 18 Twist. We know what the magic number is. It is 18 shots for Benny Twist. He doesn't need to go all the way to 25. And for Lee Schraner, well, he's got all the way to 24, and he's fought back from a big deficit early. As Lee Stinson's trying to get in the way of people who are watching inside, putting in blockers himself.
All right, let's get to the action. Here we go.
No time for fun now. We're still playing bowls.
Last end shootout. Viewers at home
Well, it's
tuning in
4-bowl
in the
mega bowl.
thousands.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, we're getting to that 1 billion followers that you've been asking for now with this match.
Why wouldn't you follow when we can bring you great content like this? So it's one end. The green fall's silent, like deadly silent.
Very, very
Lee
good opener,
Schraner.
Lee Schraner.
That is vital. Hops on with a toucher. First bowl, and does Ben Twist look to sink it with his first bowl? From what we've seen before, I would almost back him here.
Oh, he's on a pretty positive line here, Nick. Nick Hine, he's close here. He's just got to hold all the way down. Benny Twist. Well done. He's opened it back up for himself. Well, he was so close to getting that jack hole.
What he has done is turned the head over though, and it's effectively as a reset now. What else is going to come into this game? Dead ends.
Yeah, well,
2 touches. That could still happen.
well, does Lee get back and underneath? Well, he doesn't, and I think Benny's now got the shot.
I like it for Ben now.
Still, this quality of the player. Still plenty of room there for both. And I think either player be crying out. Well, at the moment, Benny would be really enjoying a front knocker here. That's aggressive line again, Nick, but this side is holding a bit. Does he hold all the way to the jack? He's just slid under, so...
Quite. Not quite.
Not quite, but...
As the fans continue to funnel in here at Cherry Street, they'll be here for the band. Leroy now. Important for him to reach up here. Well, he's chasing this one, but I don't know whether he's chasing it because he's positive or is he's...
Has he got the run? He's asking for it to run. I
Wow.
think it might have. Close.
Righto, Splinters. Think it might have.
Splinters.
Ben Twist is going to go and have a look here as these...
Well, even the market doesn't want to call this, and look, in the situation of the game, that's fair enough too.
As he's not allowed to, but that's okay. what we're seeing here is it's a one-end shootout. One shot wins it. You've got to give yourself every opportunity to see the right outcome, and with volunteer markers, I think that's fair enough.
Wow, Benny's having a real good look with his fingers here. So. Brianna's on the edge of her seat. She's calling for some Valium.
and another glass of wine or two as well, I'd expect, but that'll be okay. That can come presently. Ben's back over it again here. He's so thorough with everything that he does. He wants to be absolutely dead certain what the go is here, but
wow, exactly.
I think up or down, he's still got 2 balls to play. He's got to play him.
If he's certain he's down, he's going to be more positive. If he's certain he's up, he may want to be more safe, rather than having that being on the mat two-minded.
So, Ben Twist here. Day has turned to night.
Do like his line here, Nick.
The fortunes of these games have chopped and changed.
This one is down to speed, and it looks
It's
really
very
good. Ben Twist, right up and on.
Well,
Drawn the shot. We're not too sure who has second.
would that be the match-winning bowl?
If he has got second, this is a hard task now for Schraner. Well, it's harder. I shouldn't say it's hard for him, because we know the quality of this man. He's having a really good look as well.
Well, reaching up the forehand, or does he back himself to maybe swing down, run the jack into the pit?
Well, he's got nothing at the back. I don't know if the swing and for the jack, a lot go wrong there.
Well, a lot can go wrong if you miss anywhere here at this point. He's down game.
I just think he's got more opportunity on his forehand.
Yeah,
Even if he's wide, Nick, he can come in off his wide one.
I tend to agree.
If he's a bit tight, he has his bowl coming in. So
at this point, Ben Twist's got the last say. The
True.
only thing you can do is make him play the last bowl.
Most definitely. And I think if you're Lee Schraner, you probably got to play the percentages. Where have you got the most percentage of making Ben do that? And I think it is a forehand here. Watch him jump on the mat and prove me wrong.
Well, you're exactly right, Jason Pinnock.
Solid draw down here. Looking to sit Ben or push himself in.
Has he got enough of his
Has he
own
got
bowl?
enough of his own bowl? Oh, he
clipped
clips it
and he
out,
doesn't have
and
it.
unfortunately just goes through. So that will mean Ben is holding one, and that is enough for Ben to take the section. They won't play this out anymore. Well, Nick, what a sensational match we were just treated to. Two champion players who played some absolute world-class ends. And what a finish.
Well, my heart is racing. We've had a huge afternoon here, but it's going to be Ben Twist who prevails over Lee Schraner. He's got to the magic number of 18, and that's going to see him through to tomorrow's semi-finals. We're going to see some great action, so make sure that you tune in tomorrow morning. It's going to be women's semi-finals from 8:30 in the morning. Sarah Boddington from Foster up against Tanya Ware from Curry Curry. It's been fantastic, Jason Pinnock, to have your company here this evening.
I've been blessed now. 3 Ben Twist thrillers I've been involved with. Absolutely blessed. So thank you very much, Nick. And, look forward to catching up with everyone tomorrow. I'll let Nick sign out.
No, it's been beautiful. So thank you all for your company, wherever you've been watching. On behalf of Jason Pinnock, on behalf of Dean Hodges, on behalf of all our special guest commentators, who else do we have today?
Katie Astley.
Katie Astley.
Yep.
On behalf of Katie Astley and on behalf of all the Bowls New South Wales team, thank you for joining us. We look forward to your company from 8:30 tomorrow morning. But until then, from me, it's over and out.